Man, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, man. This week has been crazy. We covered a lot of text messages through Paul Ferguson and his fiance, and I mean, it's a whole pile of insanity. But anyways, we're moving on to some more Sarah Boone situations. We have her ex husband speaking to the police now. If you guys do remember, we started off with the police interviewing her boyfriend, Jorge Torres. Then we moved on to the police interviewing the property manager. We saw a few videos of Sarah Boone being interrogated by police officers. We saw some arrest video, a bunch of stuff with Sarah. Now we're moving on to the ex-husband, and he pretty much breaks down and exposes a whole bunch of just information, general knowledge that we need to know about Sarah to understand how she ticks. But anyways, people, I love you guys, man. It's amazing. You guys just rocking with me constantly, man. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check this thing out. It's gonna be a good one.
Today's date is February 24th, 2020. The time now is approximately 15:25 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I am currently located in my unmarked agency vehicle in front of 4748 France Lane, apartment number 3 in Winter Park, Florida. Also in the car with me is my partner.
Scott Lowen, Detective of the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
And your name, sir?
Brian from 75.
Okay. So, Brian, to my understanding, you were called over here. So can you just take me back to this morning and your involvement with Sarah, which is your ex-wife?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. We've been divorced about a year and a half.
Okay.
Well, I started calling her probably 10:30 or so. It's her day to pick up the kid, but
Okay.
it doesn't always happen. 1 or 2 days a week, maybe she gets him.
Out of the 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And what do you, like every other day you're supposed to?
Well, we're supposed to. She's Monday, Tuesday. I'm Wednesday, Thursday, and then we alternate Friday through Sunday. Is how it's supposed to. I was actually my lawyer back a couple weeks ago, as I was looking to get it changed because she can never stick to it. There's always some reason why. So it's general that I start calling her around to find out if she's actually going to get him, even though yesterday she told me she would. So I started calling her about 10:30. Never got an answer.
It's because she's an alcoholic. She's too fucked up half the time. When you start drinking, you feel really good for a few hours. And then, I mean, especially if you're day drinking, I feel like that's even worse. You're having a great time, you're having a great time, you're having a great time, you're having a great time. But then all of a sudden, you get to a point where it's like you start to crash. Maybe you're not sick, but you're just not feeling it. You're crashing a little bit. You want to go to sleep. And that's what happens to a lot of people who are alcoholics. You'll find them crashed out midday. It'll be 4 in the afternoon. They'll be sleeping. It's like, why are you sleeping? Why are you tired? What? No, it's because they got too fucked up, and now they have to go take a little shit face nap. So I feel like that was her main issue. No job, at the house all day. No aspiration. No real goals. Getting real fucked up, and by 3 p.m. can't be watching no kid. We're out of here. We're fucked up. We're in space right now.
Until so I finally got a hold of her at 12:49.
And did she call you or you call her?
No, I called her. I called her at 11:25. I did that twice. I always call twice because generally she's asleep or whatever. And then I called her 2 more times.
What did I just tell you? Generally, she's asleep or whatever. Okay, yeah. Man, what did I tell you? I know my alcoholics, man. I know my alcoholics. Yeah, of course she's asleep. She got too fucked up by the afternoon. It's like she woke up at 9, started drinking, felt good all the way up until 12, maybe 12:30, took a nap until 3. Sounds like the schedule to me. Sounds like a proper alcoholic schedule. Maybe start eating around 5 p.m., when you wake up, start eating on something.
12:21, and then I called her again at 12:49, and that's when she answered.
Okay.
Freaking out, saying that George was dead, and could I please come over? So I told her, you need to call the police.
Mm-hmm.
And went and got my dog in his crate and everything, and started heading over here. She called me again at 12:54 asking if I was going to be coming over, if I'd left yet. I told her I had already left. I was going to be there in a couple minutes. So I got here, knocked on the door, walked in just right in the front entrance area. Told her once again, you need to call the police.
Was she on the phone with anyone when
Not
you
yet.
saw her?
Not yet.
Okay.
She was shaking and she was trying to get herself something to drink because she was just like freaking out. So that's when she got on the phone.
Yeah, she killed her boyfriend, and then the first thing, well, not the first thing. It took him a while to get there. But the first thing he sees her doing is getting a drink. This is probably her third drink since she killed him or realized that she killed him. Crazy. The first thing you're going to do is get yourself a drink after George is dead. I mean, it, right? You're probably not going to get no alcohol in prison. So if you know you're going to jail, might as well tank it up, drink it up, baby. But I just find that crazy that you're so fucked that you have to go get a drink after this happened. And another thing that's weird to me, well, not weird, I should say another thing that's telling is that she doesn't call anybody, really. He calls her just out of the, the inconvenience of him having to deal with her to deal with the child. He calls her, boom. No response, usual thing. Finally gets to her, and now she's freaking out. So who knows what Sarah would have done? Maybe she would have buried them in a shallow grave out back. I mean, we don't know. Maybe she would have just left them inside the house and went on the run. We don't know what she would have done. Imagine she didn't have custody that day. What would she have done? She didn't call the police. Who knows how long he was even dead for? So it's kind of interesting. I know the lawyers are going to play on that super heavy. They have to play on that really heavy because it's like an accident, you would call the police like immediately, right? Oh my God, I'm so terrified. Oh my God, he's going to die or he's already dead. Let me call the police. But she waits until he gets there to start calling the police. That's a little wild to me. Anyways, let's continue though. We're not done yet. Let's continue.
And called, and I said, I'm going outside because I don't really want to be in here right now. So I came outside and I sat in my car until people showed up, and
Okay.
it's kind of where we've gone from there. So
Okay. So you called her about 5 or 6 times before she answered.
yeah, which completely normal.
Normal to you. Okay. The rotation real quick. So Monday, Tuesday, she'll have them. Wednesday, Thursday, you'll have them, and then you rotate each weekend.
Yeah, well,
Like it's every other weekend.
how it's supposed to work. Generally, it's 1 or 2 times, maybe a week. I think she had him last Tuesday was the last time he was actually over here.
And spent the night.
Yes.
Okay.
It's probably another week before that.
What's your son's name?
Lucas. Lukas.
L-U-K. And Boone.
Yeah.
Okay. You think he stayed here last Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was last Tuesday.
Was well then. Okay, so you technically have him more than she does. Is that where you're getting?
Yeah, that's why I said I was going
so
to the
even
lawyer.
though that's how it's supposed to be, you still have him.
Yeah.
She overtalks people like a motherfucker. I saw a few of you guys' comments. You're like, oh, her cough isn't really annoying. What's annoying is that she puts words into people's mouths. And I started listening. I started paying attention to what you guys are saying, and it's very factual. She does put words into people's mouths, and it's kind of like, ma'am, you're a detective. You're supposed to ask open-ended questions. Let them speak. You're putting questions in people's mouths, and like I remember the property manager. She was filling out the rest of her statement. Go back and check out my video, filling out the rest of her statement. So I don't know. Don't really mess with her. It's the same female detective with the cough. She coughs in every interview, so I know it's her. Same distinct cough in her voice. But I just want to point that out. I do hear what you guys are saying, and that's very true. Putting words in their mouth, kind of interesting. And this time she just overpowered him. He was trying to offer up more information, and she just overpowers him, which is kind of weird. Kind of weird, ma'am.
It's not a good day. George is in a bad mood or whatever else reason. I think sometimes just she wants to stay up and drink and can't really do that if she's got to wake up and take them to school the next day.
Right.
Any number of different reasons. So. But,
Okay. How long have you known Sarah?
Since, let's see here, I was probably 23 or so when we met.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Since you were 23?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Damn. This is like some trauma bonding. What have they known each other for like 20 years? They're at least in their 40s, right? Her husband looks like he's at least in their 40s. You guys put in the comments how old her husband is. Her ex-husband. He's known her since he was 23. Damn. That's sad. And to watch the person that you possibly loved, loved, obviously they got married. To watch the person that you loved go down that type of a path must be tough. Must be pretty tough.
Yeah, so probably, 20 years. Probably dated for quite a while. And then got married, whatever it was, 12, 13 years ago, something like that. Well, I guess 12, 13 years ago before the divorce. So I guess like 14, 15 ago, something like that, maybe.
Okay. What can you tell me about her?
I don't. She's generally not. She can get a bit violent when she drinks.
She could get a bit violent when she drinks. Wow. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the insight. She could get a bit violent when she drinks. It's not a big deal. I mean, she only locks people in suitcases. That's like something that she enjoys doing. I don't know why. But other than that, like, she's not that violent, Just the suitcase thing. It's pretty much it. Sir.
Not to this kind of extent.
Right,
I don't know what happened exactly. But,
right. No, I'm just looking for.
That was part of it. The alcohol has gotten worse and worse and worse over the years. That's one of the main reasons why I divorced her. I just couldn't deal with it. It got to the point where, on weekdays she'd go out, and I guess the George person is one of the people she had met, because I separated at one point. I went over to my parents' house to live for a few months, and I guess she met him over at the pool place or something like that. But I'd come back, and we were in therapy trying to work it out, and on a weeknight when he's got school the next day, I've got work the next day. She was out till 3 o'clock in the morning when the bar closes, and she'd bring people back over on the back porch. One time, some random person walked in my house and started screaming for Sarah at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning when we're trying to sleep. I just couldn't get over it.
So did you still live here?
No. I bought her out of our house.
Okay.
I was going to just sell it and move because I kind of want to go back to College Park, which is where I'm from. But
right.
I thought it would be maybe easier for Lucas if I just bought her out and kept that house so he had a little bit of continuancy, kind of.
Understandable.
So that's what I ended up doing. And then she moved right down the street here. So.
And how long would you say?
That's crazy. So she was probably cheating on him. She was going out super late, going to bars and shit. He's at the house with Lucas. That sounds like she was cheating. So, yeah, violent, cheating on me. Why do you think he got the house probably so easily? It was probably, I don't know. I don't know how divorce really works, but if there was infidelity, I know that the court probably won't typically fuck with you too hard as the male. But, shit. It's crazy how she had this whole life. She was married with her man that she knew for 2 decades, had a son with him, had a house, and now she turned into a bum at the corner of the block in some apartment with some drunk guy. Hey, guys, you never know where your life could end up. That's why you got to stay humble, stay on the grind, stay focused, man, because you never know how life can end up. Because I'm sure Sarah Boone was just a regular person at one point. Just a regular man, just a regular lady walking down the street, doing her thing, had goals and aspirations, and now look at her. Be careful out there, y'all.
Say the alcoholism has been a part of her life.
Um, oh, I mean, it's always been a part of her life. It seemed to have gotten worse and worse. I think more or less kind of since we had Lucas. And I think a lot of it was the fact that she kind of, I guess, maybe felt trapped or something.
Okay.
That, I mean, before that, I mean, whenever she wanted, you're outside having a drink. Oh, I want to go play pool. You go over across the street, you play pool for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not happening anymore when she got a kid.
Right.
So
How old's your son?
he is 9. So, but I mean, she started just getting really angry when she drank a lot. She said last night she fell asleep. There were plenty of times where she just basically passed out from drinking. So,
So you've witnessed her pass out from drinking.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so at least for her defense, we know that it's a common occurrence that she blacks out or passes out a lot from drinking. You know, everything that everybody's saying about her kind of just checks out. You know, the brother says that she's hands-on. She likes to get handsy and touch people when she's angry. Checks out. Property manager says says the same thing. Super hands-on, likes to throw her hands around. Same shit. Gets kind of angry. Step-husband, ex-husband, same thing. Gets angry. He's known her for. Sorry, looking at the wrong camera. He's known her for like 2 decades. So when he says she gets angry when she drinks, you could believe him. But one thing he did say, though, is that she blacks out a lot. So I don't know. The whole story about her going upstairs and, you know, letting him learn his lesson in the suitcase and then passing out is a possibility. But at the same time, we have the neighbor. Check out my other video again. We have the neighbor. He comes in and says that he heard a super loud banging sound, which we obviously are going to correlate to a suitcase being slid down the stairs and him hitting his head and dying, right? So it's going to be a lot of evidence that they throw out there. I still think prosecution is going to get her, honestly. But Sarah Boone is one of those cases where you never know. She might end up walking out of there free after all these years. But let's continue.
And when she passes out, is she like out cold?
Oh, she's out.
Like how difficult would it be to like wake her?
Well, I mean, if I were to like shake her or something,
Right.
I could probably wake her up. But me making a phone call or noise probably wouldn't do it.
Okay. And would she be like in the middle of doing something and just like out cold, or would she go to bed?
Yeah,
and
it would
just
be.
out cold?
Yeah, she wouldn't like fall over or anything. It would be more of a lay down and then she just out.
Right. Okay. What do you know about her and George's relationship, if anything?
It was. I mean, I think she had him arrested like 5 or 6 times for domestic violence. I mean, he's stuck a steak knife in the back of her leg one time.
Okay.
Every
So
single.
he's been arrested. So has he always been the one that gets arrested, or has she ever?
She
been
was
arrested?
also one of the times.
Okay.
One of the times, both of them were arrested. But all the others have been him. But the very next day, she's in there trying to get him bailed out. So
Right.
I don't know. Basically, they get drunk, they get in a fight, she gets upset, she calls the cops. I mean, granted, I saw lots of black eyes, bruises.
On her.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, there definitely was. Now,
Would you see George as much as you would see him or her?
I hardly ever saw him.
You hardly
I honestly, I didn't like being around either one of them,
Right.
to be honest, and him more so. So,
Why is that?
just I don't know.
Why is that? Maybe it's because he was cheating with my wife when we were together. Possibly, maybe. He's a piece of shit. He drinks too much. Now, I'm not victim blaming, obviously, but you know, you can be a piece of shit. You can how do you say it? You can do piece of shit things. You could be living like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? And not actually be one. George and Sarah were living like pieces of shit, 100%. Really tough. Can't avoid that. That's why I say it's kind of hard to feel bad for either one of them, because they put themselves almost in that situation. It's like, you both know you have a problem. You both know that you guys are toxic together. The second you guys get together, it's like two bombs. You're the ingredients to make something negative. You get arrested over 5 times. You know this is not good. At a certain point, it's kind of like black eye, steak knife in the back of the leg. It's like you guys are here for it. You guys are clearly here for the Royal Rumble. So stick around for it. See who wins.
It's my ex-wife. She made me really mad with everything. How the whole divorce went down, and just, I mean, the way she acted and the way she changed, and the way they both are. I mean, what it's done to Lucas and everything else. He's nobody I cared to see. Let me put it that way. I mean, it's not like I really went out of my way to it's just.
When you guys do drop-offs or anything, is it always through the school, or would you have to come here and see them, or no?
No, it's pretty much always during the school. Sometimes she would come over or something like that. Sometimes he would be driving, but I mean, he would just stay in the car. She would come in, so I mean, really wouldn't see him.
So it's not like you have conversations with George. Okay.
No, I mean, maybe a few times when they've drunkenly called me at night because she was telling me she needed to escape because of whatever's going on, or she's put him on the phone, but I don't know.
When's the last incident that you recall of there being a domestic dispute between her and George?
I mean, she told me a week ago she had to escape from the house and wanted me to come pick her up. I told her I wasn't going to because I'm just tired of it happening. I mean, it was midnight. I mean, child's trying to sleep, and just honestly, I don't always believe her when she said these things were going on. And
she called you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, apparently she went back inside and slept well. Was in a fine mood the next day. I guess didn't really remember calling me, so I don't know if it was just she wanted to come over to. I don't know. She keeps on trying to come over to hang out or something like that, or.
Oh, she's still all right. In the comments, do you guys think her and the ex-husband were still having sex? Because I don't know, that type of energy means that she still wants to come over. Obviously, she still keeps contact with you. I feel like if a woman is done, she's gonna just cut ties, cut it out. It's over with. Boom, bam, never talking to you again. But the ex-wife trying to come over, hang out. Oh, please rescue me. I feel like this is what happened. Jorge was fun. I should say George, sorry. I don't know which way they said it, but Jorge, George, he was fun. She ruined her relationship with her husband because of the fun guy, did all her shit with him, whatever. And now she's kind of stuck with the fun guy. And she's realizing that her husband is the stable one. And that kind of turns her on now. It's like, oh, the responsible man that could actually take care of me. This feels good. As opposed to the quick, fast fun that she had with Jorge. So, yeah, that's what I'm assuming. I feel like she probably still kind of wanted to keep him in arm's distance. But it's just kind of that. I mean, that whole thing is just toxic. You know what I'm saying? Good on him that he didn't pick her up because she would have involved him somehow in this case. Somehow he would have been involved in this case, and you would have been seeing Sarah Boone and her ex-husband in court. Stay away from people like this. Very scary. Very scary, folks.
She'll come over to spend time with Lucas rather than actually just having him over here like she's supposed to, but she wants to come over there and play with him. And so I'm not sure how real that was. Last time I know there was an actual physical confrontation. It's probably been a little while because this last time George got arrested, I know he was on free trial, whatever, something. I don't know. He had a parole officer. He had a domestic violence class. He's
So that's the last time. Basically, the last time he was arrested was the last physical altercation that you recall.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but I think so.
And you have any idea what year or month that may have been?
Back a few months, maybe.
A few months ago.
Yeah, something like that, maybe. I don't think it was incredibly long.
Okay. Around the holidays of last year, before the holidays.
I think it was probably before the holidays. I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
because oddly enough, there was like a 3-week period where she actually had Lucas all the time she was supposed to because he was in jail for a month or something like that.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't let him out.
Yeah.
Oh, see that? So it's kind of like, again, if they were able to get away from each other, probably would have gone a different route. They kind of empower each other. This is an empowerment thing. You're drinking, that means I'm drinking. Oh, we're drinking some more, that means I'm drinking some more. Oh, we're cussing, then I'm cussing. We're fighting now. You know, he said she was good for 3 weeks, and that's because he was in jail that time. Damn it. Imagine being in jail for 3 weeks for domestic. That's how you know you've been doing this a lot. Staying in jail for 3 weeks for a domestic issue, you already know they recognize your face. They're like, oh, it's Jorge again. Put his ass in there. It's gonna be a long one this time, buddy. But yeah, this pretty much proves my point that these two were toxic together, even more so when they were combined. You know? It's like putting liquor and milk. It's just not a good combination. Because the fact that she was good for 3 weeks until he came back, it's already telling you plain and clear what's going on.
And you said when she drinks that she can get physically aggressive.
She can. I mean, she did it to me a lot, where she'd hit me and stuff like that. I mean, she's tiny.
Yeah.
She.
What do you mean hit though? Like open hand smack you, or like try and punch
would,
you?
yeah, she'd punch me. I mean, more arms. She many times would use her claws. I mean, I scratches on my neck at times, on my arms. I mean, things like that where she'd dig with her claws.
Okay.
I never got that drunk, and I had restraint. I never touched her back. I think George didn't have that restraint, and at times he would hurt her back. So for all I know, all the times he got arrested, she started it. I don't know. I wasn't there, so but I know she.
It's crazy when the ex-husband is actually defending the boyfriend. He's like, she probably started it. I'm not gonna lie. Same thing. Scratches on the neck. The neck is her number one go-to because everybody said that Jorge had scratches on his neck. Scratches all over him, black eyes. Like, yeah. Now, I'm not saying that Sarah started everything, you know, but everybody is saying that Jorge is the type of guy who will get drunk and get emotional. He'll start crying. He's one of those guys, you know, he's the softy. He's the little marshmallow when he gets drunk. I feel like Sarah was the Mike Tyson when she got drunk. She had them demons inside her. You know what I'm saying? Like 1997 Mike Tyson with the demons.
He could get violent at times.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. It wasn't anything too, I don't know, too much. I mean, just.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you don't feel like she was a huge threat. I'm assuming, right?
No.
Yeah. Like you could handle yourself.
Yes.
Does she drink daily?
I think pretty much.
Okay. And do you know like her drink of choice?
That would be vodka.
Vodka.
Oh God.
Or
Hey,
wine.
hold on. What did I tell you guys? Like a month ago, some of my subscribers remember this. If you drink vodka, you're a fucking psychopath. I don't care what you say. Vodka is just the most unpleasant liquor out there, bro. Shout out all my psychopaths in the chat, man. I should in the chat like I'm live. Shout out all my psychopaths in the comments, bro. Because if you like vodka, and I know a lot of you ladies out there be messing with that vodka, I have news for you. You're probably crazy. The chances are that yeah, man. Listen. Vodka? Who drinks vodka, bro? Just get tequila. Why would you do that to yourself? And I mean, okay, there's no liquor in the house. You only have vodka. I understand that. Make a screwdriver, you know, make a cocktail with the vodka, whatever. Take a few shots. I understand. We don't have anything else. But your choice is vodka? Like your go-to? Oh no. Oh no. Get that Grey Goose, get all that nasty shit away from me. That's all I gotta say about it.
Vodka is the big one.
And does she or George have a job?
No. She hasn't worked for over 2 years.
Goddamn. Her nor George have a job. Goddamn. Shh. What do you do? Honest question. The fuck do they do?
Well, I guess you could maybe call when he's got a job. He worked at the Ace Hardware up across the street here,
Okay.
which is now going out of business.
Okay.
He kind of off and on worked there. When he did work, it was 15, 20 hours a week, something like that. I mean, my alimony and stuff basically pays for where they live. So, I mean,
Gotcha.
they didn't need a ton, but I mean, she was always calling to borrow money. And but it's been like 2 years since she got a job. She keeps on telling me she's looking. She's always finding the good opportunities and everything, but
Right.
okay.
Do you want to take it?
It's my dad. Just
Sure,
one
yeah.
second. Over. Hey. Well, just wait. I'm talking with the detectives right now, and I should be heading out here soon. So I can come get him. Okay. Is John out? Oh, okay. Is he awake? Okay. Good. Okay. Well, I should be up there very soon. Okay. Bye. Sorry.
Okay. We were just on the phone with someone. Okay. When you came over here, I know you said that she called you freaking out saying he was dead. Did she give you any more, like, just why or how?
She told me that they were playing last night or something, and he got in the suitcase and she fell asleep.
Okay.
That's all she told me, so I don't know anything beyond that.
And that's true. He did get in the suitcase, in my opinion. He got in that suitcase, and she zipped him up. And then the problem began when he wanted to come back out. I don't think there's not gonna be any real argument as to how he got into that suitcase. He got in somehow. She got him to agree to it. Maybe it was his idea. Maybe it was hers idea. But I'm pretty sure he willingly got into that suitcase. They're both small people, but still, Sarah is a very small person. Probably a little over 100 pounds. That's what I would assume. Yeah, bro. But the fact that she was able to slide him down the stairs, I think that's what probably did it. Because at first I didn't know he was actually slid down the stairs, and then we tap into what the neighbor says, and he says he heard this loud boom, like super loud. He said it even vibrated the floor. So that means she was like, "Fuck you," boom, and that's probably what killed his ass. Assuming, but taking all the testimonies and all the information that the police are gathering, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And that's what happens when you drink and you have a toxic relationship. Guys, it's not worth it. Go get some peace. Go find some peace. And if that peace is by yourself, then enjoy yourself, baby. Come on now. Food is a lot cheaper when you're single, by the way. Just so you guys know. A lot cheaper. It's a great thing.
Okay.
And I really didn't talk to her much because I came inside. I told her you need to call the police, and then I came back out, and I think she went on the back porch to smoke a cigarette, so I didn't even really talk with her much.
Oh, like she was going outside. Did you see her take a cigarette?
Yeah, she was going outside with well, I also know when the cops showed up, she kept on telling them she had a cigarette burning out there, and she needed to go put it out.
Okay.
But they were keeping her away from stuff, I guess.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, she wanted me to come back there with her. I was like, I'm going out here. I don't really want to be in here, so.
Right. And that's when she went to call 911.
Well, she called 911 while I was in there. I was standing right in the foyer area.
Okay.
And I mean, it was apparently a pretty quick conversation, and that's when she started to go that way, and I just told her I'm going out front. So.
Okay. 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 So they were playing, and she went upstairs and went to bed.
I don't know where she went. She just told me she went to sleep.
Or she went to sleep. Okay. You don't know where.
I don't know where.
You didn't ask more questions.
I didn't ask more questions. I leave that to you guys.
Yeah. No problem.
Hey, I'll let you know when I'm done talking to these guys, okay? Hello? That's okay. All right. Never mind. Okay, bye. I'll call you when I'm leaving. Before you.
No, not today.
Oh, other than
today.
before today. I'm trying to remember if I've been in there. I haven't even really been over here lately.
So it's been a long time.
It's probably been at least weeks, maybe.
Does Lucas play baseball or anything yet?
We've tried to get him into sports. He's not a big sports person, really.
Did you ever play baseball?
He didn't play baseball. Well, I mean, I had him like a T-ball set and stuff like that, and we'd play catch.
Is it like a plastic T-ball set, or what kind of equipment did you have?
Oh, no, this is when he was like 3 years old. It was a little plastic thing I had in the backyard.
Did you ever buy him any baseball bats or anything?
I bought one for over here that Sarah said for Lucas and George to like play with or something. That was like a year ago or something, maybe.
What kind of bat was it? Was it a wood bat?
Yeah, it was a wooden bat. I think it was like a junior size thingy. I don't know. It's something that I looked like kind of for his height or something, I think.
All right. Sorry.
Would you mind if I took a picture of your call log to show
Sure.
that you've all the
You just want to
attempts?
see hers, or you, like zoomed in on hers so you can see all those?
Yeah, that's perfect. So I'd say starting from today. I know her phone.
Did you text with her at all today?
Not today. I don't think I did today at all.
Sorry.
That was last night. She was drunkenly texting me.
Last night?
Yeah.
What time?
I like how he takes it as nothing, but the detectives automatically perk up. What time? When did she text you? What was the tone? What was she wearing? How did her eyes look? Yo, they're on her ass. And I mean, again, I don't know where this case is gonna end up, but with a testimony like this from her husband, and I mean, it holds weight when you say you've known the woman for 2 decades, right? With the weight of his testimony, and trust me, they're gonna have him testify. I think Boone is gonna go to jail. And if she goes pro se and she actually defends herself, it's gonna be even worse. It's going to be a tragedy. But one thing I will say, I don't think Boone is stupid enough to represent herself. I think she was using out her lawyers because she knows she has a high possibility of going to jail. So she's using them as wild cards, 1 lawyer, 2 lawyer, 3 lawyer, 4 lawyer, 5 lawyer. How many can we go? Fuck it. 6 lawyer, 7 lawyer, wild cards just to buy some more time. But eventually she's going to have to settle. My bet is that she does not go pro se. It's not going to happen. I think she's smart enough to know that they will cook her if she goes pro se. And she's not a Daryl Brooks out here. She's not like Brooks, who just wants to hurt people and just wants to make a spectacle. Maybe she enjoys the attention because she called it a highly anticipated show. That's what she told the new judge who replaced the old judge. But I will say, I think she actually wants to get out. So she's not going pro se. They would eat her alive, and she knows that. She absolutely knows that.
That was 11 o'clock at night. I think that was
Last night was Sunday. What does it say?
Oh, that's Saturday. Never mind.
Saturday.
That was Saturday night when I was watching the baseball game.
Okay.
Yesterday, which is that, she said her account was in the negative, so I transferred her a little bit of money to get her out of the negative.
She sent you. Oh, that was the morning. Okay. So
Damn, this is like a couple of years ago when I was broke. That's my mommy. I was like, Mom, I moved out the house, I was like 18, 19, 20. Mom, I'm in the negative. I didn't know I had this bill. Can you help me? This woman is a 40-year-old woman asking this man who she's not even married to get her out of the negative. That shit just gave me flashbacks. That shit literally just gave me flashbacks. As a 19-year-old in the world by himself. This woman's in her 40s. Do you not know how to manage your money a little bit better? That shit's a little bit crazy to me. I don't know. Asking your ex-husband for money is crazy. Just saying, that's a little. No. Let's take it a little bit further. Asking your ex-husband for money, who also basically pays all your rent through the alimony or whatever the agreement was between your divorce. The person who basically pays your house, supports you, you're still begging money from. That's crazy. Poor guy. Well, I'll say one thing about her ex-husband. Poor fucking guy. Gladly, he won't have to do that shit for much longer, or he already stopped, because guess what? She's going to be in jail. Fuck all that.
She thanked you at 11:56 that morning.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What's the last thank you? What time? Okay, so just a few
Yeah,
times.
yeah, and then that one at
She left
12:01.
at 12:01. Okay, so afternoon, Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the calls. Do you need like?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yep, I'll start from the top where it has her information. Go ahead. You could scroll down, and that's
Okay.
fine. Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much.
I just have to say, I love this fucking woman's cough. It turns me on so much. Just every other sentence. Like, ma'am, please. Like, I don't know what to, like, fuck. Get a lozenge or something. Get a throat coat or something. I don't know. Figure it out. Every interview. Like, fuck. Take a day off.
Okay. Has Lucas ever told you anything about her, like witnessing anything between her and George?
He's heard arguments and things like that.
Okay.
He's not a big fan of staying over here, honestly.
Okay.
Just because they get in arguments and stuff like that. I don't think they've ever had a physical fight in front of him,
Okay.
but I know there's been arguments he's told me about.
Okay.
There's been times where I think things were starting to get to that point,
Mm-hmm.
and she has called me to come pick him up
Okay.
and bring him back over to my house. So
Okay.
she's generally pretty good about having me come get him if, which leads to me not having a life because I can't ever do anything.
Right.
So I can't go anywhere because I'm too worried about something happening and me having to be over here quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, do you know if she's ever had any issues with drugs in the past?
To my knowledge, she's never really been a drug person. She's big on alcohol, but I don't think she's ever done. I mean, I think she told me like one time, like back before we got divorced, that at I don't know, this bar thing over there across the street near the Walgreens, whatever it's called.
Okay.
I've never been there, but somebody gave her a little bit of cocaine, like 2 years ago or something like that. But I've never known her to do drugs.
What about George?
No clue whatsoever. That
She's never
She's
complained
never-
to you.
no. That's not to say these things don't happen, because I try to keep myself out of and away from
That.
them in general. But
Right.
Which vehicle is yours?
the Prius right up here.
I
In front of
guess.
us.
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
He's a Prius guy. I don't know, man. I don't know about those Prius guys. You're driving a Prius. I guess you're a family man. That kind of puts you in the right to have a Prius. I mean, you gotta have a kid to have a Prius, or you have to have a wife to have a Prius. Other than that, I'm looking at you kind of like you decide. You willingly got a Prius? I don't know. Just curious. Who has a Prius and why did you get one? Because I know I'm not. Shit, I wouldn't be driving no Prius unless somebody gave it to me.
That is what I got sent.
Oh,
I know it looks like a vanity thing. No, that's just this last time they, I guess, sent me a new plate and that's what was on it.
awesome. So you can make that up whatever you want it to be.
I could.
Tell them it's for racing. You're gonna.
Yeah, I know you're racing.
Yes, racing in
Your
my Prius.
I'm not saying you win. I'm just saying you race.
Oh man. Okay. Anything else, Scott? Okay. Is there anything else that you think is important for us to know that we have not asked you about either George or Sarah?
I don't think so.
When I mean, you guys have been separated for what do you say, 5?
We've been divorced about a year and a half. We were separated a good 8 months before that or so.
So
And we had been separated one other time before that, before we got back together, and we're trying to do therapy, which didn't work at all. So,
How long has she been living in this apartment?
ever since we got divorced. So,
A year and a half ago.
no, longer than that. Then, because I took over the house, I moved in there, and she moved here. Because I told her I was buying her out of the house. So I guess it has been longer than that. I think she just said she renewed, so maybe just past 2 years.
Okay.
That may be right.
I think she said she's been here like 4 years.
she's been with George. I don't remember what she said.
And she was with George before we were divorced. So
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I tell you, she was cheating on him. Well, I don't know if she was cheating on him per se. Maybe the relationship was already over. But yeah, I mean, I think George helped catalyze their relationship deteriorating, you know? And that's what happens, folks. You got to be careful, especially if she's an alcoholic and she has issues. But I think her drinking probably increased after they broke up, because I think all in all, I think she's just sad, depressed, and that's why she's drinking so much.
And any time that you recall when you guys were together, and she would be drunk, did she always like resort to getting angry? Like, is she an angry drunk, or would she like?
Her main problem is she can't stop.
Okay.
I mean, she can't go out and have a glass of wine with dinner.
Right.
That's not a thing she can do, because once she starts drinking, she will continue drinking basically until she out.
She goes to sleep.
Yeah.
If she were to be drunk, would she like want to play games with you? Like, did you guys?
Oh, there's a really good period where she is very good, but then she drinks past that and she gets into the angry bits.
Okay. All right. Okay. Can you just raise your right hand for me? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This ends our 2346 knowledge of just knowing her and knowing when she's not under the influence.
Yeah. As soon as I heard her start talking, I almost kind of just zoned out away from it, because she says all kinds of nonsense.
Typically, do you guys talk?
All right, folks. So that was pretty much the ex-husband. Very telling on how she acts. And it's kind of sad, like you said, you know, she's a nice person when she's drinking like regularly, but she doesn't know how to stop. Does not know how to stop. If any one of you guys know like a drunk or anybody like that, maybe show them this video. Show them like, you know, show them a Sarah Boone situation. Show them like what happens. Obviously, you can't help them until they want to help themselves. But yeah, this is a possibility, folks, and it's really not that bizarre. It's really not. You can hurt people so easily, especially when you're drunk, especially when you have unresolved issues. It's really not that bizarre. Shit like this happens all the time in this exact type of way. But anyways, folks, I'm going to hit you guys in another one. I love you guys, man. Love y'all for rocking with me. The live streams this week were awesome. I'm going to see you guys next week with the live streams. And obviously, I'm going to continue uploading throughout the week. But until then, people, I love you guys, man. Stay inside. Stay safe. Tell the kids you love them. Tell the family members they're awesome. You know what I mean? I'll see you guys in the next one.